Welcome to Mimi Sparkling Diamonds. This is Brandy, and I've had to start my WIP Chat over because I realized that in the last one I was doing that my cat had moved the camera, and I didn't know because she had jumped up and was trying to get me to pet her. Long story short. But anyway, welcome to Mimi Sparkling Diamonds. We're doing a WIP Chat today, and we're working on Medusa. Let me show you that artwork. So we're working on Medusa. We are working right here in this sections. So my idea is to go up. I've already done all the perimeter, and so my idea is to go up this side, and I've already went up this side all the way up to this point right here. So I'm going to finish this row in the middle after this row that I'm doing, and then her head will be the last thing that I complete. So this is Medusa by Bug and Diamond Art Club. I did get my tray from Claws and Paws, and this is my Bijou Bliss tray that I got from Claws and Paws. I hope you guys can see that. And it says Claws and Paws 2025 on this side. I'm hoping you guys can see it. And then I won the tray. And then right now I'm using my Firefly tray that y'all have seen numerous times. And I'm using my trusty Diamond Art Club pen with my metal placers on it. This is a twist and pick pen, so it has the threaded placers. And then I'm also using the Diamond Art Club Twist and Pick pen that has this thread part, but it also has this push part. And I've been using this Diamond Art Club one on another project I've been working on because it has crystals and a lot of ABs, and that one's worked really well for that. I will explain why my voice is kind of jacked and everything here momentarily, and I will let y'all know the deal with that. But if you're new here, I'm Brandy. This is Mimi Sparkling Diamonds. We're doing a WIP Chat. So a WIP Chat, a WIP stands for work in progress. This is mine, Medusa, and so you are encouraged to get out a project you're working on, or if you're doing chores around the house or spending time driving in the car, you can treat it like a podcast and just listen along. Pardon me while I open my drink, because I definitely need to have this. I'm drinking Starry. I really prefer Sprite, but I will drink Starry too. So that's what we're working on and working with. I just want to say welcome to everybody. Thank you to my subscribers for sticking around and being with me on my channel. I've got a lot of new things coming up, a lot of different unboxings of stuff that's come in the past few weeks, and plans that I will discuss as far as diamond painting here in a few minutes. But I'm excited about fall coming. I'm ready for it. I'm tired of the summer. And anyway, so in last week's WIP Chat, I discussed how me and my husband were going to go on a surprise date day. And so we did that. and we went to the gun range. And actually, I didn't know we were going to the gun range. That was a surprise. We got up that morning and we went to a gun range that's local to us. Now, I live here in Texas, and Texas is an open carry state, and so you do not have to have a license to carry here in Texas. I know a lot of people have different opinions about guns and the laws about them. Everyone's entitled to their opinion, but my opinion is that we should all be able to defend ourselves, and we have that right. The Constitution is very clear about that. And, I'm just going to say, people that are against guns, it's not the gun that hurts people, it's the person behind it. And do I agree with restrictions on guns and stuff like that? Absolutely. But your typical criminal is not going to go purchase a gun and do it legally. Okay, they're gonna get their gun on the black market or wherever they get it. Okay, so if you want to hurt somebody, you can do that. It doesn't matter whether you're using a gun or you're using a knife or you're using a pencil. If a person has malintent, they can use whatever they want to hurt somebody. So that's another thing. But anyway, I'm not here to debate gun rights. What I'm saying is that my husband surprised me and took me to the gun range, and we were able to shoot my .380, which was good because that gives me practice and it makes me feel more comfortable handling my gun, cleaning it, knowing what to do, how to load it, so on and so forth. I don't open carry like on my belt or anything like that. I could, but I don't. But my husband wants me to start carrying it, especially when I'm alone or I have my grandson with me and he's not with me. My husband's not with me. We do live near Houston in Texas, and it's it's a big city. There's crime, stuff like that. We live out kind of in a rural area, but we do go into town quite a bit. We have several friends that live in Houston, the actual city part, and so we go and visit and do different things. And sometimes you never know, you might break down in a sketchy area or something like that, and you need to be able to protect yourself and your property, yourself, your family, and your property. So anyway, it was fun. We went, and he surprised me, definitely out of the ordinary of what we would do for a quote-unquote date night or whatever. But we had a good time, and we shot about 150 rounds. Didn't take too long to shoot that many rounds, but it was fun. They were target, and then of course I have some home defense rounds, and so it was good. It was fun. It was different. So we enjoyed that. We had gotten up and ate breakfast that morning, and it was fun, to do something out of the ordinary. I didn't even know that that's where we were going until we pulled up to it. And I was like, okay. And I was like, well, I don't have my gun with me. And he's like, you do. So he had grabbed it. I keep it in a gun safe that's under my fingerprint. And so that's that's how we did it. But it was a good time. And so, anyway, after we did that, that evening we went and had dinner with some friends, and make sure y'all can see. I'm moving y'all back. I don't know why this keeps moving. Maybe because I'm hitting the table. Sorry, y'all. My phone stand thing. It's got some problems. So maybe y'all can see now what I'm doing, or close to what I'm doing. So anyway, we went and we did that, and we had a good time. We had a good time. We had a good time, and yeah, I'm checking it, trying to. So then after that, we decided that evening we were going to go eat with some friends. And we did that. And that was a good time. And then Sunday, we got up and we went to, we went to see my grandson on Sunday after we left the gun range. And so we went and had lunch with them. And we had a good time visiting with them. And we had lunch with them and everything. So that was fun. And then we went and visited, hung out with them, my grandbaby and my son. My daughter-in-law had went to her sister's for the weekend to spend time with her sister, and so it was just the boys, but we had a good time. And then Sunday night we came home and I diamond painted and pretty much went to bed, and then got up and went to work on Monday, me and my husband both. And then on Monday evening, we decided we were going to go eat at this local Mexican restaurant and for dinner, and we shared. Well, this particular dish that we shared has shrimp on it, and I don't eat shrimp, but it's when they prepare it, the shrimp is, prepared with it. And there's been a recall on shrimp lately that I didn't know about until recently, more recently than Monday. And so I don't know where this restaurant gets their shrimp from, and I don't know if this is what made me sick, but yesterday morning, this is Wednesday, Tuesday morning, I woke up so sick at my stomach. My husband called me. He had already left and went to work. He called me and said, I am sick at my stomach. I said, I am too. And so all of yesterday, we were both very ill at our stomach. And I decided I was already getting ready for work. And I had gotten the shower and everything. And I called, or when he called me, I was already out, and I had that was the first time that I had thrown up. And I told him, I said, yeah, I just threw up. And he said, yeah, I'm pretty sick. And I said, me too. So I said, I'm going to try to go on to work and see if I can't tough it out. Well, I went into work, and as soon as I walked in, my boss was like, what in the world is wrong with you? I said, I am so sick at my stomach, I can't hardly tolerate it. And he told me to go home then. But I said no, because we had a big order, and I was like, no, let me try to get this done, and then I'll see how I feel or whatever. So I'm pretty stubborn most of the time. And so anyway, long story short, about 10:30, I just couldn't stand it no more, and I said, look, I'm gonna go home because I think I'm fixing to throw up all over the place, and I don't want to do that. And he's like, okay, I've got an appointment, so I'm leaving right behind you. And I shut down my computer, and I grabbed my purse, and I went outside to my car. And we're in Texas, it's hot down here, like 90s, like high 90s, but it feels like 100s, you know. And so I immediately had the air conditioning cut on, but the car was already hot from sitting. And so I sat down, and I just knew that I was gonna throw up. So I was trying to make it to my mom's house, who lives very close to them, to my work. But as soon as I got to the end of the driveway, we work in a business strip. The end of the driveway, I just couldn't take it, and I knew I was going to throw up. So I opened the door to my car, and I started vomiting, and my boss pulled up beside me on the driver's side, and he's waving at me, and I'll like wave at him to go on, that I'm gonna be alright. But he texted me later and said, oh, I didn't think you could drive, so I was gonna tell you I could drive you home, and then you could come get your car later. And I'm like, no. I'm like, I was actually trying to make it to Mama's, but I couldn't, so I just had to throw up right there. And he's like, definitely, go home, try to stay hydrated, lay down, whatever you need to do. So I did. I came home yesterday, and I was so sick. Needless to say, I was sick all day and all night last night. The last time I threw up last night, or it was this morning actually, was about 4 o'clock this morning. And like, it wasn't just like regular, it was retching. It wasn't just like I threw up and then everything was good and that was that. No. It was like retching. I threw up initially, and pretty much threw up anything that was in my stomach. Now, mind you, I didn't eat breakfast that morning because I couldn't. I was sick of my stomach already. But I threw up. I'd already thrown up everything that was in my stomach prior. So then, every time I threw up after that, it was like bile, stomach bile. And I'm not trying to be gross, and it was almost like dry heaving, but it was stomach bile as well. So you can imagine that my voice box is burned by my stomach acid, because I figured that I threw up a total of probably 12 times. And when I did, it was very violent. So my abs hurt so bad. It feels like I've done a million setups. And from the retching. And I'm just so sore today, I can't hardly move. And so I didn't get to diamond paint yesterday because I was busy with being sick. But that's why my voice sounds off, and I do apologize about that. I mean, there's nothing I can do. I do have a drink over here, but I did have to go. I finally, this morning, after I got my shower and all that, that was the last time, before that is the last time I threw up. My husband was prepared to take me to the emergency room because he was scared that I was going to be completely dehydrated, which I was well on my way to being. And I don't want to eat anything. I did finally go and get me some mashed potatoes. Because that's, I don't feel like cooking anything. I'm miserable. And so I went and got me some mashed potatoes in a kid's meal at Hart's Chicken. And they serve it with a roll. So I figured, well, the bread might absorb some of that stomach acid that's making me feel nauseous. And so I ate like not even a quarter of that kid's meal, and I had to force that down. But I have been drinking my Starry and Sprite, and I've been able to keep that down. So I am feeling better now. I was real shaky this morning. Obviously, I hadn't eaten anything, and I had to brush my teeth like several times to get that taste out of my mouth and, stuff like that. But yeah, so that's why my voice is jacked. I'm hoping that my voice box will heal and my voice will get back to normal, stuff like that. But anyway, so that's that. So that kind of brings y'all up to date of where we were last week. I did put out a couple of videos, a finish and review, and I did an unboxing. I think I did. Did I do 2 unboxings? Those might be videos that are going to be coming out. I might have them scheduled for future. But I was able to record those, and so you might want to keep a lookout for those. But yeah, so that's kind of where I'm at personally. Like I said, I don't know if it was like food poisoning or the shrimp was bad or what, but I don't know. All I know is that I haven't been this sick at my stomach, and I can't tell you the last time. I am so sore today. And I was a little nauseous this morning and this afternoon, but I'm good. So far I'm good now. So I'm just gonna take it slow and introduce food back into my stomach and my system, and I'm just gonna take it slow, and that's all I can do. So anyway, as far as my regular life, this weekend I'm going to get my grandbaby and my grandson. He's going to come over and spend the weekend with us. So I don't know if I'll get much diamond painting done or not. Probably not, but that's okay. And yeah, Friday I'm gonna go pick him up, as long as we're not sick still, which my husband seems to be doing better, and I'm doing better, so I don't see where that's going to be a problem. But I would never get him if I was still sick, because I wouldn't want to take a chance of making him sick. But anyway, so there's that. It's Wednesday, so I'm going to try to go to work tomorrow. If I continue to feel better, I'm going to try to go back to work and see how it goes and how I feel. As far as diamond painting is concerned, I'm trying to get this Medusa painting done, because I need to start on a canvas that I'm doing for a Christmas present. It is a large square, and it is called the Old Fashioned Dragon. And I'm doing that for a Christmas present, and I need to go ahead and get this one done. And then my Claws and Paws canvas, Time to Chill, I've been working on that one. And it has a lot of crystals in it, and it has a lot of ABs. Now, I like ABs, but this putty sticks to the ABs really bad, and the crystals. That's why I started kind of experimenting with this pen right here, because I was like, I can't continue to do this. This is crazy. So, that's that. Okay. So, and then I've got my hummingbird that I'm still working on. It's around. And my Claws and Paws, I've started on the 3rd row. It's got 4 rows total. And I'm trying to get a row done every week. And, I don't know that that's going to happen this week, simply because my grandson's coming. So, but I'm trying to get it done. And I'm having a good time participating in that event. And then, of course, Drills and Chills and all that is coming. So, we will see how things roll out. I have not purchased anything in the last few weeks from Diamond Art Club's releases. I'm trying to be good because Black Friday is going to come, and I really want to have availability for that. Also, my stash is pretty big, and I really want to kind of work on my stash, the kits that are in my stash. I think I'm going to do a giveaway here pretty soon, just like a subscriber thank you giveaway, and I'm not sure what that's gonna be yet. I'm thinking about it, and so you guys stay tuned for that. I don't think this is going to be a very long WIP and chat, because I really, like I said, there's not a bunch been going on, you know, with us being sick and all that. It's been kind of slow as far as I am thinking about doing a month's end review. I originally was going to do a quarterly review, because I tend to work on larger pieces like this Medusa and all that, and so I don't have a lot of finishes. But what I'm trying to do is incorporate a large piece, a medium piece, and then a smaller piece, because I'm really trying to not get burned out on my large piece, and I want to work on canvases in my stash. So how I've been rotating this one, the claws and paws, and the hummingbird has been good. It's kept me from getting really burned out on this one, because I was getting burned out for a while. I could feel it coming, and so I think that's what I'm going to continue to do. It just so happens that the actual canvas that I was supposed to be working on during the WIP Chat, if I would have got to work on this last night, would have been the claws and paws, would have been the cats. And but because I was sick, I needed to do a few sections on this one tonight. And that's what I'm trying to do. I haven't worked on the hummingbird as much, simply because I'm really trying to work through this one and make some good progress. After this section, I've got two more sections to go, and then I'm going to start the middle row and go all the way up again, and then I'll do this part. So that's the last part, will be her head and everything that's around her head. So, and then that'll finish this one up for me. But I have really enjoyed working on this canvas. The quality is nice. The background of this canvas, it's very confetti heavy. You cannot see that in the sticker, but when you start working on it, you quickly realize it's not just black or blue or whatever. There are several different colors of blue, dark blue, and all that. So it looks like color blocking, but it's not. So, and that's okay. I think it looks phenomenal. But so this is not going as fast as I originally thought it would, because there's not a lot of color blocking in this. It's a lot of confetti. But when it's finished, it's going to look phenomenal. And the claws and paws one is a Dreamer Designs, and it's a 40 by 50, but it's square. And I'm enjoying working on that one. It's just that it has a lot of crystals, and the crystals are fussy. And I've heard some people say that crystals are bigger than your regular drills, and I find that's true. The crystals are hard to place, so I've been placing them and the ABs first, and it seems to be helping. But the grid is pretty tight on this canvas, on the claws and paws, and so I guess it was manufactured after last year in October, and this is part of their overseas collection as well, the claws and paws canvas I'm doing. And so I am just opening this section because I have an extra black one. There's one that flew off. Get over here. And I want to place it because I don't want to have to put it in my bin, the trash bin. I saw someone, it was Anthony, with single and placing. He makes a separate jar for random drills. So, like, if a random drill, like for instance, gets stuck in your tray and you've already poured them back in your container, he makes a separate one from his trash. That way, if he needs to go back and find a drill color in the random, he can. And I thought, man, that's a good idea. I didn't even think about nothing like. I just don't think about stuff like that. So the next, when I work on my next kits, I'm gonna do that and everything. But I thought that was pretty cool. There is a lot of confetti in this section. As y'all see, I've had to change colors quite a bit. And confetti typically don't bother me. It kind of keeps it interesting. But sometimes it does. But yeah, I've really enjoyed working on Medusa. She's good quality. All the canvases I'm working on, they seem to be good quality. Even the the hummingbird that I'm working on from Leisure Arts, or Diamond Dots, you might as well say. It's good quality. It's rounds, and the drills have been good. The drill field's good. So right now I've got 3 pretty good canvases. I can't. Oh, that hurts so bad when I cough. So that's about it. I'm sorry, this was kind of a short whipping chat. I don't know how long I've actually been talking, but that's going to wrap it up. So I'm going to continue to work on Medusa, my Paws and Claws canvas, and my Mockingbird. And so hopefully by the next time you see me, I will be feeling better for sure. And hopefully I will be already started on this row right here. If not, all the way up to her face. That would be fabulous. But I don't think that's going to happen. And so, anyway, that's my plan. And then whenever I get ready to, I'm going to do a formal unboxing of that canvas. I'm going to do the next big one for the Christmas present. And then I'm also going to do a kitting up video, so y'all be able to see the canvas and all that good stuff. But I want to thank everybody for subscribing to my channel, the people who have. Thank you for continuing to support my channel with your views and your comments and everything. Thank y'all so much. This is such a great outlet for me to have community with others and to share my love of diamond painting and my projects with others. And I like to see others' projects. That's why I'm participating in a bunch of events. And I also am a member on the Facebook group as well. And I'm in the Discord. I don't get on Discord as much as I would like to. I just forget about it and I'm busy. But I also, have Instagram and my Facebook page. So I'm really enjoying, sharing my diamond paintings with others, seeing what others are doing, and all that good stuff. And the community part of it. I watch a lot of whipping chats. I know that they're not my favorite videos. My favorite videos to watch are finish and reviews and months end videos. And so those are my favorites. But and I do like unboxings too, but those two are my favorite too. So I would say top 3 is going to be finish a review, or post review, whatever you want to say, and then month's end review and unboxings. Those are my favorite 3. So, alright, guys. Well, I really appreciate y'all watching and sticking in here with me. Next week, we will revisit and see how things went for the rest of the week and the weekend. I hope you guys have a great week, what's left of it, and a great weekend. And I will catch y'all next Wednesday. And you guys take care, be weather conscious, and be well. Bye.